Good morning, Lovely. And her
Morning.
name is Lovely.
Huh? I just woke up, sorry.
Oh no. So
Good morning, Lovely.
Hello.
That's something else. Okay, where's my record here? 1 second. When the chat's open, it hides away. Okay. Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be doing this today, and welcome to Her Story Begins. I'm so excited to be here. I actually haven't done a Zoom recording like live in ages. I've been doing stuff in Facebook group and all that. So it's so nice to be here and to have real people and to be able to see you. So welcome, welcome. And you know what this is just something too that I wanted to share, that this is a new moon and it's actually called the Day of Miracles. So not only are we about Her Story Begins Now, today is the Day of Miracles. So we're going to bring in the identity reclaim. We're going to reclaim our new identity and our limitless expansion. So welcome to Her Story Begins Now. I mean, what an incredible thing that all of a sudden I'm on Facebook and this thing comes up about what it's known for. So I had to write it down. And it said, so because today isn't just any day, today is known as a day of miracles, a cosmic window guided by the new moon in Cancer, amplified by Jupiter, the planet of growth and expansion. Can't make this stuff up. This is exact energetic porthole connected. Hasn't occurred since 2013 and is here now, bringing emotional renewal, deep alignment in the activation of your truest desires. So this is your moment of becoming and coming home to yourself. It's about setting intentions that redefine your foundation emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. I mean, can you believe that that is happening right? It's here now. I just have goosebumps when I saw that. Okay. So anyway, hello and welcome everybody. I'm Yvonne Purvis and I'm I used to say I'm a transformational coach, but I'm a identity expansion coach and everything in between that. Because when we are expanding and changing our identity, it reflects on not just who we are, it's our business, it's our relationships, it's our friendships, it's environment. And when we are wanting more, and it's not always, but sometimes things have to fall away in life when we call in more. And so rather when things are feeling really uncomfortable, I want you to think, wow, I am so excited because so much is coming, rather than feeling like it can feel so heavy when things start going wrong in life. And I know you're here today to actually call in and be your highest self. And when you are your highest self, you don't think about any of this because you just go, oh, well, it's all coming. This is meant to be. And we allow things to fall away. It doesn't mean that we don't feel emotion from it. It doesn't mean that we're not becoming and still able to call in more. But when we are calling in, and I'm just going to go with a number, $1 million woman, because I know everyone on this call is calling that in. It has to shift. You cannot be the same woman you are now. You must grow. And sometimes when you don't know how to grow, the universe is going to show you. The universe is going to open and expand you. And this is where it's allowing and having full trust in what is appearing. We live so much in the 3D world, right? This is the 3D world right now, what we see. We are reacting to what we see. Look at your bank account. We react We have a nervous system that can feel good about it, or we have a nervous system that has, ooh, right? I have to pay a bill. I'm in withdrawal. My credit cards are maxed out. You feel this uncertainty and you start to feel fear. This masterclass today is going to change you. This masterclass is about thinking differently, being differently, becoming her, because you are her. And we have to embrace the shift, even when it makes you uncomfortable. So I'm going to share a little bit about some of my uncomfortableness that was happening. And some of this happened way before I was really doing this work. So when I was 28 years of age, and some of you might have heard this already, but I built $1 million company without even thinking about it, right? No one talked about $1 million businesses back then. But I was in alignment. I had this vision already of wanting more because I was surrounded, though. I had the mentors of all these people around me doing and having more. And I just sat. I remember I went to a meeting. I was working with a producer, and I was his event person looking after all the hotels. We were traveling all over. I can't even remember. We were going to Europe, though. It was in Germany. And, you know, when I was coming in and booking these rooms, I was getting the big suites because they thought I was the important person. And it was really interesting because when the client actually came into my room, he was like, "You have a bigger room than I do." And I was like, "Oh." And I sort of had to, it made me realize that I was a different person in this role. This wasn't my doing. This was the universe. This is the expression I was becoming and being. I held that frequency that this was me. And this is how my journey happened so quickly. So when I stopped working for him and started my own business, I moved fast. Did things happen in my personal life? Absolutely. Boyfriends falling away. A guy that, you know, wanted to, we were looking at, you know, getting engaged, fell away. I didn't know what was happening back then, but I didn't sit in it. I acted very differently. I kept moving forward, kept going, no, and I just let things go. And the thing with us now as women, as we are aging, what do? We second guess. We feel, then we feel not good enough. We feel like, why me? Why is he doing this to me? Because then I called in this client. So the client was a multimillionaire and he was after me, and I was always, you know, pushing him off. And then I gave in, and he wined and dined me, you know, but there was an emotional block there with him though, too, right? He didn't want anything more from you. So when he finally ended it by, yes, he went and slept with someone I knew, and it was his thing. When he was done with you, he would move on. But I was hurt. Why was I hurt? I didn't love him. Just my ego. My ego was because I broke up with all the rest. So it was different. Someone broke up with me. And it hurt. I remember crying on the floor in my, what was I in, my little bachelor? No, I think I was in my was still in a house. But it's so fun when we look back at some of the things we didn't see back then to know where we are today. Because I was a different person then. So my business was really going well, but for some reason that man, who I'm still very good friends with, by the way, when that happened, I felt something from it. I didn't feel good enough anymore. I hit this moment in my life, but it didn't stop me. I kept moving forward. I got over it and I kept moving forward. But then I went back to the old me. I took back the boyfriend that I let go of. And then we started dating again. only for me to end it when I said no more. So our patterns of life, the identity, this is where when we are expanding in life, becoming her, becoming more, calling in more, things are going to rock. Things are going to feel uncomfortable. And sometimes we get in this road of uncomfortableness, of things falling away for a while. But when you get used to it, that is where you become in flow of it. So fast forward to where I am now. This year has been a quantum leap. I asked, my word this year was leap. Now, I didn't really know what that meant. I just wanted leap because I said, this is the year I'm making in 12 months. I want $1 million. I want the business to grow to $1 million. So I asked for it. And it has literally, and it's not showing up in the clients and the money at the moment. There's lots of that happening, but the things that are happening are my identity. They're shifting, and it's shifting fast. And I hold that value, that identity every day, even when it looks in the 3D world like it's not working. That is the moment that you have embodied. Now, I have a mentor. I needed someone, not needed. Let me change that word. Having someone hold space for you is really important. Doing it alone is more challenging. I could tell you it would be. So when you're here today, think about your life. Think about the things that are happening. Are people supporting you? Because sometimes when you're reaching out, we're in a different frequency when we are asking for more. When we start really embodying and talking about identity and transformations, a lot of people, our friends, aren't really used to this kind of terminology. And this is where we're opening you up, right? This is where you're becoming a different woman. And when you come into this frequency, right, of knowing that it's limitless, a lot of people don't understand that because they're in the 3D world, thinking and living in 3D every day. And maybe some of you before you even knew me, right? Before you came into my energy or anything, you were probably more in that 3D world. And I think this is where, when things aren't happening the way you expect them to happen, it's easy to believe and to give up on your dreams. So this is where you're remembering who you are, remembering her, who does want more, who does desire more. The only one that can keep you there is you. No one can help as a friend or a supportive. You've got to be there for you. And the thing that controls everything is two things. It's our nervous system and it's our mindset. And those two things are everything. How does it feel? Put it in the chat, because obviously I've muted everyone because we're recording. Put it in the chat. I'd love to know, where is your nervous system right now on a scale of 1 to 10? And I want you to think about it in relationship to where your business is, where your life is, your partnerships, like money, right? The three things that are normally, it's your business, your life, your relationship, and money. Those are the top three that regulate normally our nervous system. So how does your nervous system on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 means it's like you're in fight and flight and you're not doing well, because you want your nervous system down, right? You want your nervous system down to like calm, and it trust, like when you're making whatever's happening in your life, you are just walking in calmness because you know this is just part of life. Oh, I haven't done this chat before. Thank you. Didn't even know how to see it. Saw the main chat. 5. Great. 5. Oh, I'm catching up. Hello. I didn't see that, Amanda. Sorry. 4-ish. So these are good, right? So when you think about the whole of a person, we're a whole woman. And, you know, this is like, how long have you been thinking about your nervous system? How long have you been feeling out of whack with your nervous system? How many years? How long have you been struggling? How long have you been, you know, unraveling? Is that 4-ish years for the unraveling and feeling that way? Am I reading that right? Because when I was, so let me give you some context in this. So when I got married, I was in calmness. Life was good. And here's a perfect example of being calm in all areas of your life. I was still dating, not married. And it was actually SARS in Canada, if anybody remembers when we had SARS. That's a long time ago. So my grandmother was in the hospital with SARS, and I was going to go see her before I jumped on a plane to come to Australia. And I went to the bank, because we had to go to the bank before, you know, to get out money. Went to the bank before I was driving to the airport, and I couldn't get any money out. And I had to then find a bank because I couldn't get out of the ATM machine. I had to go to a bank, a physical bank, to ask someone. And he said, your account's been blocked. The government has blocked my account. And he's like, you have to call. And here's me, like, you know, who makes I made time for go see my grandmother, but this was taking a lot of time. I ran out of time. I couldn't find anyone to help me. I couldn't use my cards. There was no money to withdraw because they were all on hold. And I trusted this. So I didn't have time. I wasn't able to go see my grandmother before my flight. And this is where the faith and the trust, what happens is incredible when you just have to move through it. So I just moved through it. I had to get to the airport because I was going on a international flight, had to get there early. And I went to Australia, right? Didn't worry about that I had no money. Found out when I got there, I called my accountant. He forgot to send, I had been audited and we were paying it off monthly. He forgot to send the check in. The bank, the government went and took all my money. Anything that was not in my incorporation. Cleared out my bank accounts. I had American money. I had RSPs, you name it. They took everything. Thousands and thousands of dollars. And you know what? I didn't have any emotion towards it. I was like, oh, wow. Because I knew I could make it back. I didn't realize that my connection to money was just like, oh, well, it's just energy. I'll make it back. I was not happy about the American dollar bank account, though. I'll be honest. And now when I think about all this, so now we fast forward to like many years later where I see how the universe is always guiding us and protecting us. My grandmother passed away in hospital. It was a very dangerous place. This happened for me not to go see her. I could have had SARS. I might have been in contact with it before they knew that she was that ill. She wasn't actually it was SARS happened after, right? So you could still go in and see her. It was through that period that you couldn't go in afterwards because then it was SARS. I was protected. When we have faith and we trust everything happening is happening for us, like literally for your greater good, is like to know that you are always being supported in your life, right? How would you have felt going through that? So how would you feel right now if your money was disappeared and, you know, something happened, how would you feel? Because our oneness and who we are, we can always come back. Money is life, our vision of us. It always works out. It would never come to that. So when you are feeling, when we are asking for more in our businesses and our growth, our identity, this is the identity. You would not act probably the way you act now. From your higher self that knows and trusts everything is there. As a millionaire, I want you to visualize right now. I want you to close your eyes and see $1 million in your bank account. Close your eyes, ladies. Put your hands on your heart. Put your feet on the ground and do a little breath work here. I want you to release your shoulders and I want you to see yourself from the end. See yourself that it's been an incredible, we have 6 months to go. Anything is possible. Imagine things coming in your way and the money coming in, whatever dollar amount you want to see. If it's not $1 million, whatever you would love to see in your bank account by the end of the year. Feel it. See it. See the money in your bank account. How does it make you feel? You'd feel safe. You feel secure. You feel excited. You enjoy spending it. Because you spend it, it always comes back doubled. It's a circulation. Celebrating the end of the year with friends or your husband, cheering, said, wow, what a year it's been. Never saw it coming, but I always trusted it was happening. Doesn't that feel good? This is the end of where you are. When I speak of knowing it's done, it's being there in that feeling. And when you're in that feeling, you are so relaxed about things when they start to shift on you. You're excited. Like when something happens, you just go, oh, no big deal. Part of the plan. Like seriously, I went on to look at my sales page that I had my website guy doing. It's not working. And I just go, oh, he knew I was launching it today. And it's like, yeah, well, there you go. And you have to just not, everything always works out. So let's go back into ourselves of who we are, the woman. Because this is coming home to you. This is you resetting those intentions today. Redefine the foundation of who you are and rewrite the story. So what is the story that you're telling yourself or allowing that back brain and call her something? I call mine Nancy. Nancy shows up and I wish Nancy away. Nancy, I don't need to hear you today. Keeping yourself really centered in your new story. Because Nancy's loud. Nancy can take you out for days. And it's no fun being taken out by Nancy. I'm glad we're smiling because it's true. We know we all have a Nancy. I used to call it the ex-husband when I was dealing with that. But this is what we have to, the only thing we can control is our thoughts. We can't control anybody around us. The only thing we can control is ourselves. So rewriting my story from a devastating marriage, knowing the signs were there when I married him, from him literally being married, the next day he lost his wedding ring, I said to him, this is not a good sign. I knew it, but I stayed. I was caught up in a fantasy. I wasn't listening to my intuition. I had forgotten who I was already. Because you know what? It just felt like these high reels of traveling across the country to go see someone that lived in Australia. So I took a roundabout route to remembering who I am. And I'm sure because we're at certain ages, I'm sure you've had one too, a path that's taken you out. Maybe you're sitting in it right now. And now this is the time that you get to rewrite a new story and make different choices in your life. And sometimes those choices are not always easy to make. But when you trust and you move through them, you never saw it. So when I stayed in that marriage and when I got out of that marriage, I don't even know who I was anymore. There was no trust in myself. I was a very vulnerable woman. No belief in myself. My intuition, not there really at all. And look, was it an easy transformation? No. But one thing that was supporting me along all of that was God, was universe, source energy. They were pushing me. I was moving fast. It didn't help my nervous system at all. But eventually I got there. I got to this place of remembering. And literally that was last year, 2024. I felt it at the beginning of the year. I knew that there was something more. And that started with the business that I was in. And then it kept going because I allowed to be seeing it. I allowed to let it be okay to want more. And slowly by slowly, there was a time where I just went, I'm done. Looking in the mirror, I am not her anymore. And we get to a point of that, usually at the cracking point of life. For some reason, most of us wait until the pain is so bad to make a move. When people are making decisions in life, they're usually, I'd like to ask yourselves this because sometimes you don't even know. Are you a type of person who moves with going towards something, or do you make a move when things aren't going well? Going towards, making the move, going, this is inspiring, I'm going to keep moving here? Or are you just sitting in where you are and thinking, oh my God, if something doesn't change in my life, I need to make a move? Where are you? Are you going towards or being pulled from something that you don't want to see? Yeah. And that's the fear. A fear of what? I want you to ask, get really honest with yourself. It's not, I want you to ask yourself, what are you a fear of? The only fear there is what you believe to be true. When we hear about rags to riches stories, right? Think about, I can see him. He was homeless. He became very famous. There's so many of them now. The Canadian actor, really funny guy. I can't think of his name. Anyway, he was homeless, and every day he would walk. He lived in Los Angeles. He went somewhere to meditate, and he would think about somebody paying him $1 million, I think it was, or maybe more for a film. He would stay in that feeling until he felt that feeling. Oh, I can see him. His name came almost there. And all of a sudden, he got auditioned and got the movie that made him famous, and he was paid like something like $10 million. So 1 year it took him from seeing himself in the fourth dimension in a different life. And there's many of these people, famous people that we hear. And there's people today in business that we've heard of these kinds of stories. So where are you living? Are you living in your current reality? Are you living in the person and the woman, the her, the story that she is now? The story of reclaiming the wealth, the identity, and the life that you were always meant to be. And it was always meant to be yours. That's what this masterclass is about. Because you probably have felt it, like someone else is out there or something else is missing in you, your business, you know. Maybe you're thinking, you look at other people's businesses and you think, wow, look at her business, it's thriving. Her relation looks perfect. Her life looks great. And you're wondering what's wrong with you. You feel like you're holding it all together, right? Smiling on the outside and quietly crumbling on the inside. It's exhausting, isn't it? And that's what I call the performance. Performing for everyone. The feelings that we have are real. And when you hold and compress them and suppress them, you can't have anything you desire. When you don't fully believe in who you are, you will never receive them either. So you're done shrinking yourself. You can't fake it. You can't fake the feeling. I tried. You can't fake life. What are you afraid of seeing? What are you afraid of in your life? To be seen really as you, to be unapologetically being you. Proud, whatever it is that you're doing in all life. I shrunk myself for over 10 years in a marriage, trying to accommodate someone else's own insecurities, own, worried about what others thought, where I never cared before him. People that knew me, they loved me for everything, whatever it was. Those were my true friends and colleagues. So remember, I want you to remember, like, there was a time in your life that you would have been thriving, loving your life, no worries in the world, didn't care, right? Where is she? Where is she? I can feel energy. I've always had this. And even when I was going through some of the tough times, but I have an uncanny feeling of energy, like unbelievable. I didn't know what it was back then, but now I know that's being in with God, universe, right? Like I feel energy. I can feel when people are projecting towards me. I can feel when there's anything, people talking about me. I can feel it all. I can see people on Facebook pretending, posting, trying to see them, trying so hard, smiling. I can see the smile, but deep down they're lost. Probably because I've been there. Until you get so good at who you are that you love yourself in every moment, every way, everything you desire, it won't come, because there's a limit, there's something limiting you. That's the extraordinary woman. She's the one that does things. She's the one that takes chances. She's the one that makes bold moves. That's the woman that gets more. Not sitting and waiting. Not thinking small thoughts. Not pretending anymore. Being okay asking for what you would love. Spending time with the people that make you feel good, not the time that with people that make you feel judged or small. So what's your next move? It's a limitless world. And when you see people spending money like it's nothing, they're limitless. It's a mindset. They're open to receiving more. And you know, being able to go to London with my mentor and seeing even just going into another country again and seeing the flow of going into what's that famous shopping center in London? Can anyone remember? Pop it in the chat for me. It's that really, it's got all the high-end shops. Anyway, you know what? There was so much money. It's like going to Vegas, but this was even, I think, like Vegas is so showy. You can remove yourself. I don't know what it was about this shop. It was just like, it was all the luxury brands and you saw everybody buying and it was like incredible. But for one moment when I walked in there, do you know what I felt? Uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable. This isn't long ago. This is a couple of months ago. I was really uncomfortable. It really shook me up. I felt a bit ill. Because there was a different level. No, not Westfield. There's a name for it. Very famous shopping center. I felt so uncomfortable. And it was all around money, right? So the way that they were spending it and all the bags and everything, like tens of thousands of dollars, these people were materialistic. So what was it about? I had to ask myself, what was that about? I felt it and it was like, oh, this is, at first I felt like I was so small, not deserving. Interesting, isn't it? So when you put yourself in different perspectives and in around different people, and you put yourself around people that are spending money like crazy, it can make you feel uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable, but I went, no, but I want to be here. So I stayed. I seriously had to have a talk with myself and said, Yvonne, you're walking around here. This is you. This is the new you. This is what you've asked for. I can buy whatever I want. I can buy anything I want. I didn't want to buy, but I had no desire to buy anything. I just wanted to be. So I went and played. I got bags. I went to the Louis shop, put it on. I was like, oh, this is nice. You know, oh, no, I don't really need to buy anything right now. I just let myself sit in it. And it was not easy. I was really uncomfortable. And oh, the name just about came out. It'll come. But yes, it was like a wobble, you know, of my identity. My identity, I felt so good. And then I go into the shopping center and you're trying to get around. And then all of a sudden the old me showed up, this person that I was when I left my marriage. Of no confidence, no, you know, chasing money, never felt enough, wasn't worthy. Like it was a full relapse for a moment. Sitting in those moments is really good because it's time for you to really think about who you are. And this is why we talk about, I tell you all the time, getting uncomfortable with uncomfortable is the growth that you're waiting for. It's just habits of staying in small places and staying in the same comfort zone of what we do every day. Staying the same. When we're not moving and changing and growing with new things and allowing ourselves to call and do more and be more, you're going to stay the same. The growth doesn't happen. The $1 million woman isn't sitting around. So the more that you accept her and start showing up as her, and for some of you, maybe this is just like a reminding yourself, remembering some of the things you used to love about yourself. Because if you don't really love yourself, you're not going to enjoy yourself. It has to be truly embodied of love, 100% every ounce of you. So I have a little story that I'm going to share because I am so happy being single. I really am. I love my life. But I haven't been with a man for a very long time. And I started questioning this not long ago, just a couple of days ago. I'm not going to get into too many of the details. But I realized that this was a part of me that hasn't been nurtured in my feminine side. I've ignored it. I kind of closed her. So how would a man be able to come into my life when I haven't been loving myself 100%? All these details are part of our loving of ourselves. Our touch for ourselves, the way we walk, you know, the nurturing of ourselves. Nurturing is like being okay not doing anything. Nurturing is like, you know what? I don't feel like getting up and going for a run this morning. I'm going to have a cup of tea in bed. This is kindness. This is receiving. So when we want more in life, you know, you might be sitting, I'm doing all the right things. I've called it in. I'm a millionaire. I'm all done. It's all good. My business is thriving. My relationship, blah, 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 but nothing's happening. There's still work to do in you. There is still work to do within you. There's always going to be work, but in the beginning, it can feel like there's a lot when things aren't going the way you want. And there is the numbers and the people I speak to, the women between 40 and 50 are in this place. In this place of wanting more, stuff isn't working. I'm in a business Facebook group and I've done a podcast, and the owner of that podcast said, Yvonne, your story is going to be so powerful because everyone I speak to are in your position. They're not happy with their jobs, their relationships, but they don't want to start again. They're staying because they're worried about the fear that doesn't exist. If you knew your situation, whatever that is in your business, that maybe you need to tweak your business, change your business, completely revamp it, was the thing to your happiness and joy. If you told, right, if God said, this is what you need to do, go do it, you'd be doing it. But it doesn't work like that. It's all within us. It's our alignment. It's listening to those signs of you knowing exactly what you want. When you get super clear with who you are, you have the thoughts, the emotions, the frequency, and the power, because it's already in you. That's when you change. Because you're no different to any other woman, any other multimillionaire, Anyone that is just loving life and being happy in life. Possibly you just haven't been asking for enough. You haven't been being enough. Because it comes from you. It's not outside of you. It's not outside of you, ladies. Everything is in us. The action is the alignment. The money is the gratitude, is the love, and the frequency is the attraction point, and you are the power. So today we are going to begin your return, right? The truth, to power, to identity, to limitless. Are you ready? Are you ready playing small? Let's get clear on who are you? Okay, so right now, let's rewrite this story. Who are you? Pop something in the chat for me, because we're getting to this end. I want to know the transformation that you are today from being her now. Doesn't start tomorrow, it's right now. So how are you going to be? What are the things that are going to change in your day today, not tomorrow? What is it that you're going to do right now after this masterclass that's going to change you? And you're going to start being and acting her. You're going to get up, you're going to meditate, you're going to feel the $1 million when you get out of bed. You're going to go, my God, my life is so good. You're going to celebrate every friggin' thing that happens in your life. Everything. Everything from the sun shining. Oh, I had a new enrollment today. I posted on Facebook about this. Someone's watched my post. I want you to celebrate all the time, because that is the frequency. Doesn't mean you have to be crazy happy, but if you got to move your body. You got to be in joy, got to be in love. Pardon me, what are you going to tell yourself every day? Yes. Beautiful. Celebrate yourself every day. Look at yourself in that mirror and tell yourself, I am a bloody multimillionaire. I have built an incredible business. I'm serving. I've changed millions of lives doing what I do. I'm a powerful woman. Speaking on stages, my inbox is flat chat. Everybody wants me on their podcast. My YouTube channel's blowing up. Getting paid by Meta. Money comes to me every day, large sums of money. There is nothing stopping me. When you feel that frequency come down, you go, no, not today, Nancy. And you're going to step into her. Unapologetically, absolutely, lovely. And you're worth it. Worthiness is so important. Are you worthy of it? If you don't believe you're worthy of it, you'll never get it. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't get it. You have to be certain, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt, this is all working out. Every day. Don't look at the outside world. Don't look at your bank account. Say, not today. I got $1 million in there. No. And you walk away. And you feel that feeling that we felt earlier with who you are. With everything is done that you desire. Seeing your life play out with your partner, going away, celebrating with friends. That is the vision. That is the end of only what you can see now. Here's the great thing. It's not ever for ending. It's only what you can see. Can you see being a billionaire? Probably not. Can you see being a multimillionaire? Okay. Holding an energy of a multimillionaire, if probably not ready for it yet. Because multimillionaires have different, they are different. A millionaire, like I've been there, so I can hold that energy. But I've got the multi now in there. And that frequency, I'm holding. Because remember, the universe, God, doesn't matter what you want. 1 million, 2 million, 11 million, 23 million. It's all the same to them. It's how you are being. Money is and we're making it look, we've been talking a little bit money because it's the frequency, right? So the celebration of who we are, remembering who we are. We don't want to just stay the same. We want more. So if our business is succeeding, we make more money. When we're serving more people, our business is succeeding. How's that feeling? Feeling expansive? Feeling refreshed? Remembering who you are? The only difference of where you are right now is you. It's how you show up, how you move through the day. So it's not over, our time together. So we are going to now hold all this energy in Telegram. All right. And you're both in there. So this is going to be like really pulling it out, really being in that center, feeling that. So when you come over into Telegram, I want to see and feel that energy. I said earlier, I can feel it. Any questions? Anything you want to ask me? You can unmute. Let me unmute. How do I unmute? Unmute. I've asked you to unmute. I think you just have to now do it.
Yeah, I really relate, the nervous system and the mindset, and this guy, and he hijacked me again, but I need to completely stay away. It's unfortunately he lives close and in just certain circles, but yeah, it's been hard, and I've just got to really get back to my millionaire woman and my community and being of service.
And being aware of it,
yeah,
is where it starts. And when we're emotionally, don't think these things don't always. I know we can change our mindset instantly, but there are times where it doesn't work like that, because when you are tied up and it's an emotional adventure and things have happened emotionally, there's trauma in there, and trauma takes time to really fully be completely healed. Like, here's me thinking I'm a completely healed woman and I'm calling in a healed man, and no man showing up. I've been asking for years. I'm thinking, what's wrong with me? I start to just think, well, I just he'll come. I don't know when. Right? But then all of a sudden I started questioning. And that's where I've shared with you, where it's more the private spots of feminine energy, right? And I thought, wow, that is also extremely important.
Yeah, well, I called in my unhealed parts where mum and dad rejection, abandonment, and were not able to love. So clearly I'm healing that in this
Yes.
process. But yeah.
We weren't taught to heal, and this is where our generation gap from our parents, right? My parents were under the carpet people, right? Oh, my dad, like he was an alcoholic, it's under the carpet, happy family, we didn't know how to heal. We
Mm,
learned from behaviors of our parents, which is where I learned how to not be emotional.
yep. Same.
I was taught great things with money and all that money, but I was fine with all that. But the emotional and boundaries, nope, didn't have those. Those were the life lessons I had to figure out.
Mm, correct.
So the aware, and it is, and until we get fully healed and we really take on a new identity, Amanda, it's going to keep reacting. It's going to keep going. And our nervous system, I didn't even know what that word was. Like, tell me, like who talked about it?
Nobody.
Even going through my marriage, I never thought about my nervous system, and I was just in fight and flight,
Same.
right? Just like fast. I couldn't like I was
Comprehend the slowing, calm,
no,
gentle.
yeah. I
Yeah.
couldn't just sit around. Nope. I had to keep doing. Yep.
Yeah, only just learnt that in the last 6 months, which is one thing I should be thankful for.
Always thankful for everything we learn. And that's where I'm talking about celebrating that you found something today, that you're looking at this today. This is the celebration of everything we learn, of everything in our life. If you can't celebrate the small stuff, the big stuff is never going to come. It's all the small stuff, like having you beautiful people on this call today, which I'm so grateful for. And having a community of women to support you along this journey is, I know, a really important part of not being alone, going through things. And that's where you can collapse the time.
Yeah.
It's the collapsing of time. So to be that person you want to be, holding that on your own is, I don't know where I would have been without my mentor. I just know. And that's why I created her circle. And I can't show you the sales page because it's not working. But it is a 12-month container. And I'm just going to share a little bit about it. Anyway, it's a 12-month container and it's in Telegram, because that heartbeat and that pulse daily is the transformation. I've seen it now. I've been coaching in it for a year, almost a year. And I'm seeing people swip fast from that daily pulse, from having that someone in there that is hearing you and can help you move through it. And that's why I've gone through doing this in Telegram. It's 12 months with one Zoom call every month, where we'll also have a Q&A and hot seat and go through whatever's been hanging around in energy or frequency, or even looking at your business. Because remember, our business, if we're not aligned with it and you're not getting sales, it's your alignment, right? And this is where sometimes you need someone to banter with, and having that someone there that can help you move through it. And I know having the right women in a container, we do wonderful things together. And it's 5555 for 12 months. And it's a medium investment. And I know it won't stay there. And I'm only keeping it open for 20 women because I want to keep it small and intimate. And I want to change women's lives in there. And I want some millionaires coming out of it. That's the intention. Absolutely change your life. 100% held support. Having these weekly intentions, like it's going to be something you've never had, every week on the call, in Telegram, setting intentions, moving through everything. When you have that kind of accountability, that is magic. So once that sales page is up and running, I can send more details. It's going to be a beautiful space. I know for me as being in life and having a business, there's just times it doesn't care about husband or not husband. There's something about being with women and supporting in that. There's just so many things that we go through. You know, and I know for me, nothing makes me happier being in that space. You know, I just love being in there. And, you know, Kim and I have coached for a little bit now. And like, she's like, you feel like my younger sister, Kimberly. I've felt that from the first time. It was quite like, wow. And I'm not close with my younger sister.
We definitely have many similarities.
But this
Yeah.
is, you know, that we're all meant this. I got these new cards and their card I pulled yesterday was called Soul Family. And let me tell you, I pulled that card and I was just like, whoa, the universe. Oh my gosh. Like, it's just exactly what I'm doing. And that's why I created that her circle, because we are connected. There is a soulness with you and I. There's a soulness with Amanda and I, and Lovely. The people that are in that circle of mine now, there's a call. They're there for a reason. And it talks about the ancient sisters, and I haven't done the meditation, but it was basically saying, you know, like, put your hand on this card and open up the portal to wisdom, love, and truth. It's, you know, your family, your soul family consists of other souls that have similar values and ideas to you. Like, you just go, I'm on the right. And that card was knowing I was on the right path. Knowing that I'm doing what I'm meant to do. Soul calling, because our soul leads. When you are in your soul, you are supported. And that's when your regulation in that nervous system goes. It just disappears, and it's just calmness. And I've noticed a shift even in the last 2 days. Very different energy in me. So when I got that card and opened it up, I was like, wow, I needed to hear it. You know, it's like this is when the manifestation, when we are holding a vision, we can't see it, right? We're just keeping it in our thoughts and being it. Eventually the outside world shows you. And that was that card for me, like soul family. You know, having a family in North America, you know, there's something missing. You can feel it sometimes, but I don't now. And I didn't, because I just love what I do, but you're also I'm connecting with the right women. The right women are coming in. When you talk about your ideal clients, it's the soul, there's more to it, right? There's connection, a deeper level of connection. So growth, it's like, yeah, and we have had a lot of similarities. And Amanda and I have had a lot of similarities. You know, Amanda invited me to stay with her. I didn't even know Amanda, excluding all I saw her. I used to follow her on Facebook. I used to listen to her meditations and listen to her stuff. And I don't even know, we started connecting and talking. And she invited me to go stay with her because my nervous system was a mess and I needed to go to was the first court date. And she said, come and stay. And I didn't want to know, I had to pay her I was worried about paying money because it was all like messy. I got hit by a motorcycle. I was running on the street of Bali. A motorcycle ran into me. He fell off. I stood back on the guardrail, nothing, no scratch, no nothing. Amanda says, the universe is telling you to slow down. You remember? She said, go to the beach, go walk the beach.
Wow, yeah, we're coming back. Yes, wow, they were the amazing days. I remember. Mm,
You know, and this is where we get to share and feel like all the lessons were meant for us. That's
yeah.
when you really know that all of it is all for you. Stop reacting to the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm.
So what's been the biggest takeaway today? What's been the
Stop
thing that you learned?
reacting to the world, and you know, we have to really be worthy of what we want to call in. Oh,
Mm. And careful what you call in. Be aware.
yes, yes, yes.
Because when we do call it in, it's coming.
Yeah. Because the week I met the week before I met the guy, I said, "Okay, God, I'm ready. It's been 1 year already. I'm single and boom." But I called him in, but I wasn't clear what I was calling in.
That's
He
right.
didn't party, ate like me. He was spiritual, into God, but he had trauma. He doesn't. Yeah, and I called in. Yeah. Mm.
Got to be really specific when you know you got to the details.
Oh yeah.
For me, you know, when I called in more in the Facebook, I asked for that. That was right for what I was supposed to be doing. Right? So it's always know our thoughts are creating every day, every minute. They are always working, everything. I'm taking this photo. I love this. I am a millionaire woman. I love that. Unapologetically. Yes, you are. Kimberly, did you put down yours?
Yeah, I just wrote my name. I wrote Kimberly
Ah, there
Hortling,
you are.
millionaire.
I love it. There you go.
I kept
You
it
can go
short and
by,
sweet and to the point.
you can have a short form of KHM. KHM. Just call me KHM. Yeah. Wow, what a beautiful masterclass today. That was powerful. I can feel the weight. I can feel the energy. It's like, whoa, letting go.
Mhm. Thank you for doing that. I guess the practice of sitting and feeling. That was powerful
Mm,
and really important to take forward.
mm,
The most important thing,
mm. Yeah,
the feeling and the knowing.
yeah, yeah. What else is in here? And sitting in the uncomfort. You've got to get used to it. It's all part of it. We're human beings. You're never not going to have them. Life is going to just, the more you want in life, let me tell you, it's going to friggin' tear you apart. And this is the thing that you've got to get used to. And this is why I created Her Circle. Because when things are going and not going the way you expect it, that's where the support comes in. That's where it holds that vibration, holds you going through it. No one, everyone I know that has called in more have had life things happen, like big things. It is how it works. It's just part of the universe, part of you getting in alignment with who you really want to be. That's why I say when you ask, be mindful, because it's going to do it for you, right? They're preparing everything for you. And it comes in its time. Some are faster than others. But it's fun because it's a learning, it's a process, it's growing, it's rising. Never be afraid of rising. It's time to rise. Wonderful. Anyone? I don't, Jeannie, she was obviously having a lot of issues with her Zoom or her internet to not stick. She tried to keep coming on and kept getting popped out. Anyone have anything else? This was so fun. I loved it. It was really powerful. Let me just see. I had made some notes. Did I miss anything? I always speak from intention and intuition. So yeah, so in the Telegram, we'll hold this energy. So we want to start really being her in there. Because the millionaire, she's a leader. The woman who has it all on her terms. Are you ready to be limitless? Are you ready to say yes to her circle? So a beautiful, beautiful evening for you, for some of you, and on to our day here in Australia. It's been beautiful, Lovely. Thank you so much for being here. It's so lovely to see you, Lovely. I always say lovely, and your life is lovely. I love it.